right, happy Sunday, everybody. Irish Pepper 2A here, and I'm coming at you with another video. This time, we're going to talk about orienteering and traveling to a place that you've never been before. And we're going to try this with a cheap, couple dollar Walmart compass. So what I did here was I did some Google Map and also some other mapping research on a site that I've actually never been to. So here's Google Map. It's going to be hard to see. This is going to be our entry point. That's the destination. All right, so we're going to be headed that way. I want to reach that clearing right there. All right, and at that clearing, according to Google, give this a second to focus in. There's going to be stream access here, like a spring. Sorry. It's going to be like a spring right at our destination, along with the main stream that it feeds down into. And, as you can see, again, that's going to be a nice southeast line. And as the crow flies, that should be right around a half mile. Unfortunately, I don't fly like a crow, so we may have to adapt and overcome. So again, that's our entry point. That's our destination. And we should find water in several locations right about there. That's the goal. Lastly, the other thing I'm going to be using is a topographical map. Sorry about the way this thing picks up light, guys. But when you click on a destination in this Topo app, it gives it in meters. But the map readings all give it in feet. So if you have trouble at the problem with meters to feet, there's approximately 3.2 feet in a meter. So you take that number, if they give it to you in meters, you want to triple it to get feet. So without further ado, let's hop in the car and let's go do this thing. All right, everybody. So we are out here trying to find this site, me and Remy. We have our compass and map set up, the relative north and south line, and southeast direction from our entry point, which is right over there. Our entry point is just over there, and we're going to be headed in that direction there. Now, I'm going to zoom in. That spot right there, that ridge line right there, that's where I'm going to go. That's where I'm making my first mark. I'm going to walk to that. That's southeast. And when I get to there, I'm going to take another reading on my compass. I'm going to set my mark lines, which I'm going to do right now. Right about there. All right, so we made it out just a few hundred feet, and I'm noticing a lot of deer trail. Remember what I said in a previous video? Game trails, lines of communication, right? So we're just gonna go with that and follow those because those are also headed in the direction that we want to go. One trail here tapers off and goes down really steep. The other one is a little more gentle, but a little thick, but I think we can navigate that. That's the way I'm going to go. Still headed southeast. All right, as we're traveling down, I'm finding spots where the deer have been bedding. Each individual spot is where they were laying down and melted the snow with their body heat. And there's the tracks headed out. There's Remy running off, so we got to catch up with him. Let's keep moving on. All right, so we're taking another reading now. I was originally walking this way, thinking I was still staying on track, but it's very easy to get off course. That is the way I want to be going. Southeast, that big pine tree right there. I want to walk past that and continue in that direction right over there. And I think that looks like the path of least resistance. I'm going to go up there, loop around, and keep on heading in that direction. All right, guys. So with the vegetation being as dense as it is, I'm having to take readings more than usual. So, but, you know, there again, I have my bearing. It's going to be through that mess. I've got some pine forest ahead of me. I think we're getting close. So let's just keep at it. Also, what I want to mention is this Walmart compass got cold, and I had to warm it up with my breath to get the orientation disc spinning again. So, again, yeah, we're trying to do this on a budget, but sometimes you got to splurge and get something good. I don't recommend doing this with a compass like this, but it is possible. If all else would fail, I do have a Garmin Instinct with a compass in it, but that's only going to be as good as long as the battery runs out. So we've got 12 minutes to find this clearing. Let's get after it. All right, everybody. We found that clearing that we were looking for. Extremely later than what I expected, because he decided to run off again. And I spent the last 2 hours tracking him. Hence why you see he now has a paracord leash on. Because Remy, you can't be trusted. This was supposed to be a good video on orienteering. Instead, it became a video. Well, it wasn't a video on tracking your dog. It was a personal experience on tracking the dog through the snow until I found you again. But at the end of the day, after I located the dog, I knew that my bearing to get out of here, if I came in southeast, my bearing to get out was going to be northwest, and that's the way I started traveling. It ends up that I overshot this clearing and ended up down over the hill there. And by shooting for northwest, I'll be damned if I didn't come right up in the area that I was looking for anyway. So, with all that being said, he's a bad boy. And regretfully to say, buddy, you are not going to be coming out much more. So, guys, get one last look at Remy, because he's not going to be coming out for a while. He just can't stay away from the deer and stuff. So, I can't risk losing my best buddy. Well, all right, guys. So, today's video certainly did not go as planned. My microphone's busted, but at least we got the buddy back, because he ran off. And I think what I'm going to take away from this experience is, despite having the most well-laid of plans, a plan, a direction, throw a little bit of chaos into your plan, and things can go to hell in a handbasket in a hurry. It is now 3:15, and we did not plan on being out here this long, hence why I built a fire just to warm us up a little bit. Thank goodness it was a decently warm day. But the experience that I'm going to take away from this is, the smallest thing, getting separated from your partner, getting injured, any mishap that can happen that will throw a wrench into your plans can screw anything up, which is why I think it's important to come out and practice. I learned a lot from today, albeit I found my objective at the end. It wasn't the way I wanted to find it, still use that compass to find our way, but that was completely not the intent. And, I guess, the good Lord works in mysterious ways. I guess there was a reason. It ends up that the other half of that clearing was on posted property. So Remy and I had to get the hell out of there in a hurry. Last thing I want to do is trespass on somebody's private property. I thought I was in a wildlife management area. It ends up that somewhere in the chaos of finding him, we crossed an invisible boundary. So we're going to warm up here a little bit more, aren't we, bud? Come here. Come here. Let everybody get a look, because they're going to be saying goodbye to you for a while. He'll still be available on Puppy Chronicles, but he won't be coming out for Irish Pepper survival videos for a while, till he can get himself under control. You gave us a scare. Yeah, you did. So, all right, guys. As always, we found Remy. Today is a blessed day. We had a good educational experience and got a little fire going, a little practice building a fire, a little practice in navigating, and a little practice in being stuck in a chaotic situation, but still finding our destination nonetheless. So I'm not going to call this video a success. It's going to be, something to throw in the books as a learning curve. All right, guys, Irish Pepper 2A and Bad Boy Remy over here. We're going to sign off. You all have a blessed day. Take care.